Alrighty, so here is just a quick, we're going to do this, or show it all off. The Constructicon, the Devastator deck, pre-constructed deck from Transformers trading card game, showed up in the mail today, courtesy of Transformers TCG, and that's super awesome. And I can be looking for this one because like I like that it's a pre-constructed deck, so like there can be some tweaking, but I like that they give you something to start out with. I'm much better at using constructed decks or finding deck lists at first as I figure out a game and how things play before I start really kind of fine-tuning and tweaking things. So it's certainly available. It's certainly going to be open for tweaking, but there's going to be some cards in it. There are some cards exclusive to this deck that you're probably going to want to keep around because of his mechanic and everything. So you can see on the front you got 4 of the cards forming Devastator, and the other 2 are down here. And then if you turn around the back, you can see it's Mixmaster, Scavenger, and Scrapper. Like, not everybody ends up actually corresponding to exactly which part of Devastator they are, so the 6-member teams are a little harder to do that with. But yeah, so you can see the Mixmaster is obviously the back side of what we're seeing right here, who is, in fact, the top of Mixmaster. So yeah, there's the case. There's what it comes like in the case. Let's go ahead and crack it open and see what is all inside. I mean, we know it's the cards, but oh, come on. There we go. Slide out the plastic tray here. So we got some more damage counters. We'll go ahead and set the box off to the side. My dog just walked in. You might hear her toenails clacking. So we'll lift this up, take off the top. Hey, don't eat the box. No. Give me that. Give me that. Good. Sweetie, that's not for you to chew up, okay? Just leave it alone for right now. So here's the deck wrapped. There are some more damage counters. We'll add those to what we've already gotten. I have prepped for this. I've been waiting for it to get here. I've got a green storage case. Currently has my Predaking deck in there as well as some apple green card sleeves and some clear perfect fits. So we're like much like the Predaking deck is double sleeved, we're going to double sleeve the Constructicon deck, and then we'll figure it out from there. But got a nice little storage system all set up for it and ready to go, which we're not going to take the time to sleeve them on video. But, so we'll get the cards out. There's Mixmaster. He folds in half. And see, he mentions about you can put a height counter. If you scrap a card from your hand, if you do, put a height counter on your tower. And the tower plays into how he functions as a combiner. The combiner lets you heal, or the tower height lets you heal. We'll go ahead and get all these cards out. Here's some of them doubled up, and we'll put this tray off to the side. All right, so let's go over the cards here. We've got Hook. He does Pierce 1, which means he automatically gets some guaranteed damage when attacking. Now, all of these guys are 4 stars, and that's going to be... That seems a little squishy for these guys. And you can scrap a card ahead, and again, if you do, put a height counter on your tower. The tower will show off that tower mechanic. Got Hook, Long Haul in both his modes. Again, they all seem to have this ability where you may scrap... When this attacks it, you may scrap a card from your hand. If you do, you get to put a height counter on your tower, and as well as some bold one where you flip one more battle card when attacking. Like the health is kind of low. Again, these are all 4-star bots because this is a deck where you do get to start, same power there on Bone Crusher, with all 6 of them out. Some of the combiners, you don't have enough, you only do 25 stars. You don't have enough stars to put all the combiner members out, but I know like Optimus Prime will allow you to, we're going to go through these, don't worry, will allow you to have 3 Sentinels in your scrap pile fully damaged. So getting a combiner out, they have large amounts of health, but getting a combiner out at its full health, you might be able to heal back up to it with some abilities. I know Devastator has a pretty decent heal if you have a tower up, but so yeah, but you can, as long as they're in robot mode in your scrap pile, even if they're all fully damaged, they can still combine, but all that damage comes with them. And I don't think there's any way of having somebody in your discard pile that isn't like, I think Sentinel, like Optimus Prime starts with, you can have them in your scrap pile, or your And I assume that means that like they are fully damaged. There are some cards I know that specifically mention fully damaged, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So it's very hard to get. But Sentinel Maximus or Optimus Maximus has like an insane amount of health, like 64 or something like that. So yeah, they all have Long Haul. Has the scrap a card. There's his robot mode. Hook. He has Pierce 1, Bone Crusher, scrap a card, add a height counter. He has Pierce 2, so he does at least 2 damage when attacking, but he's only got 4 health. Again, these guys are going to get smished very quickly against a more solid deck. It is scrapped across 6 people, so you might be able to avoid some of that damage, direct some damage to your tougher characters. But again, same power on Scavenger. He gets Tough 1, so he gets to flip another card when defending. That could help avoid some damage. Scrapper. Okay, and if he gets KO'd, or while this or any of it, or one of your other Constructicons gets KO'd when he's on the battlefield, you get to put a height counter on your tower. So if you keep him alive longer, and he does have higher health than some of them, anytime somebody else gets KO'd, you can get your height counter up on the tower, which again will let him heal for a decent amount, as well as some of his attacks. So height counter your tower. He has nothing special in. And then at the start of the game, put your tower tracker into your KO area with a height counter. So there's probably a tower tracker in here. So yeah, there's all the guys. We'll just go ahead and put them all together here on the bottom. The form Devastator. Don't worry, I'm gonna lift up and show this. I'm just trying to. So here is Devastator fully combined. Can't tell how well that's focused. I'm kind of holding this up at a point where I can't really see it. So there's his. There we go. Let's focus on that. So when he's combined, repair an amount of damage from him equal to the height of your tower. So if you have a very tall tower, some of that damage that comes with him is going to get healed. You can heal up to 33 health. If your tower is 6 or higher, he has Bold 2, which allows him to flip 2 more battle cards when attacking. And if the tower is 10 or higher, not only does can he heal with that extra 10 points, but his base attack goes from 6 to 10. So he's doing 10 damage if you have a tower height of 10. But that's Devastator all told. So there's the main component of the deck, the combiner himself. So let's take him, put him around, and then let's look at the deck itself. So obviously the Constructicon Enigma right here on top. If you have Devastator on the battlefield, repair 1 damage from him, then put a height counter on your tower. So if you play this after he's combined, you can repair 1 damage from him and make the tower taller. If you have 6 Constructicons in Vault mode on the battlefield and or in your KO area, combine them in a Devastator, Tower, and Warrior. Begins untapped, has all damage from the combined characters, and keeps 1 upgrade in each slot. That's how the Enigmas work. That's how they work for all the other combiners, although if you have a second Enigma, you can add a height to your tower if you're not at that 10 limit yet. We'll go ahead and open this up. And again, that's going to be, it says Wave 2A here. That's Constructicon Enigma. That's going to be exclusive to this deck. Here is so here's some little punch-out cardboard damage counters as well as a rulebook insert. So maybe this, I always save the newest rulebook because it usually has, because see this one has the rules for the green cards. Keep those with the deck at all times. Here is your tower counter. So it starts with a new KO area with 1 height counter on it, and cards can add more. So the higher your tower gets, the more powerful Devastator gets, as you saw. And the back is just a little ad. So in this deck, we've got Constructicon Enigma. That's new to this deck. I think there's a couple of those. Builder's Tools, again, Wave 2A. So this is to this deck. It can only go on Constructicons. And whenever a character attacks, you put a height counter on your tower. So whenever one of your Constructicons attacks, that tower goes up by 1. You get 3 of those. Heavy Landing. Do 1 damage to an enemy. If your tower is 6 or higher, do 3 damage to that enemy instead. So And I guess that works. That doesn't have to be Devastator. Look, he is on the card, but it doesn't say it has to be Devastator. It just means that you can do, if you have a tower of 6 or higher, even before you've combined, you can do 3 damage to an enemy. You've got 3 of those. Reclaim, another card exclusive to the set. Put an upgrade from your scrap pile on the top of your deck, so you can pull an upgrade back in. And if your tower is 3 or higher, you get to draw another card. So that's 3 of those. Very cool. Work Overtime, yet another card exclusive to this deck. Metroplex, I think, had 3 cards exclusive to his deck. And the Constructicons so far have, what are we at, 5? We got the Enigma, Builder's Tools, Heavy Landing, Reclaim, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 5 there. Work Overtime. If you have fewer than 4 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference. So you get, you can have some of these in your hand. You can always have 4 cards in your hand, which is, again, good for building that tower. And then 2 more Constructicon Enigmas. So you get 3 of the 5 cards that... so Constructicon Enigma, Work Overtime, Builder's Tools, Heavy Landing, and Reclaim. Exclusive to this set, and you get 3 copies of all of them. A full play set. 3 Blast Shields. 3 Force Fields. 3 Grenade Launchers. This is from Wave 1, but... so it's a mix of... Wait, are these all the rest of these Wave 1 cards? But 3 of those. Ramming Speed, 2 Ramming Speeds. 3 Scrapper Gauntlets. You get the Wave 2 version of Improvised Shield, although it's the same as the Wave 1 one. 2 Improvised Shields. 3 Pep Talks from Wave 2. 3 Primary Lasers from Wave 2, although those are also Wave 1 cards, and same with Rapid Conversion. 3 Rapid Conversions. So that's the deck that comes with Devastator. And it is, let's see, how many cards is that? 1, 2, 9. So it is exactly a 40-card deck. You always want to have at least 40 cards in your battle deck. You can go higher than that, although there is a point where it'll get disadvantages to do so. Can't speak tonight. Disadvantages. It won't be good to go too high, because then you're going to be looking for cards that may or may not come up. So you want to keep it trim. Right around 40 is a good place to have. I do have a couple of teacher decks that I saw on TFW that I built. I bought the extras and built them. It's all common cards, but it's 42 cards because it's 3 of all the cards in the set. But I built one and sleeved them in one deck in purple and 1 deck in red in Autobot and Decepticon card holders. So when my friends come over and want to learn the game, I've got some basic decks where like I have the cards and they work fairly generically but fairly decently powered, evenly powered with whatever characters you want to use them with. So people can pick their favorite characters up to 25, and then I just hand them the battle deck of cards, and then we can try it out and teach them the game. So yeah, that is the Devastator deck. I'm going to sleeve it up, but it looks like it's going to be fun to play. Like I said, my Predaking deck has been fun to play. I've barely eked out a win with that one. But it's still a win, so I'm taking it. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays. Now, again, pre-constructed, hopefully, like a lot of Constructicon-specific cards in this. And it may play fairly well, but then there's time to tweak it. Like I may pull one of these Enigmas out, because I found that 3 is nice, but with the mechanic of the green, being able to like pull those into your hand when you play one, you can scrap a card to pull this card into your hand. You're always, as long as you flip 1 or 2, you're going to be able to take advantage of it. So I only have 2 Enigmas. I have 3 Predacon Enigmas, but I only got 2 in my Predacon deck, because that seems to be the most advantageous way of having it set up. Anyway, there is the Devastator deck from the Transformers trading card game. Looking forward to check it out. We're going to sleeve it in these cool apple green sleeves, and I'll be back with a report once I get a chance to play with it.